Hey guys, morning. It's a nice gray Friday here in Michigan. Today, I want to talk to you about how does the dealership guy maintain his car, right? All these thoughts out there. Do you do 3 months, 3,000 miles? Do you do once a year? Should you be buying that silly, expensive, purple, blue, whatever oil that says you can change it every 2 years, blah, blah. Everybody's got a theory, okay? And I'm not going to tell you that anybody's theory is wrong. I'm going to tell you what I do, okay? Number one, I drive a Ford. So I buy Ford filters and the Ford spec oil. I assume, rightfully, that somewhere along the way, there's a team of engineers who design these engines and, test oil and test filters to make a decision of what works best. Worst case, can't be that wrong, right? Also, I do my own oil changes. Not everybody's down for that, okay? In that case, get your oil changed at the dealership. For crying out loud, it's not more expensive. In a lot of cases, it's actually less expensive, okay? Yes, you can go to Quickie Lube, Bob's Lube, Joe's Lube, Walmart. Allegedly, I'm not picking on Walmart specifically as a brand. Neither is my legal team. Anyway, by the time you have them use the right oil and the right filter instead of the generic cheap stuff that they'll give you by default, it's more expensive. Go to the dealership, okay? Now, my particular car, if you look at the maintenance schedule, and I tend to do more maintenance than the maintenance schedule because it's cheap. My car says every 12 months or 10,000 miles, whichever happens first. I do a lot of driving, okay? I'm like 30-some thousand miles a year on this poor car. I do mine every 7,500 miles, which for me is like every 3 months, give or take, okay? Just knowing, same thing, oil is cheap, okay? Oil change ain't gonna break your budget. That's when I do mine. Things like air filters, I do mine every 30,000 miles. I don't even know what the manual says for that. Things like serpentine belts and spark plugs. Again, not expensive parts. These things are 20 bucks, okay? My manual says to do them at 100,000. I did them at 50, all right? Maintaining things more than what you absolutely have to is a good thing in all things, okay? Tires are a big one. I just got a new set of tires for my car. We'll talk about that in another video. I got 71,000 miles out of my first set of tires on this car. Granted, most of my driving's highway, but if I can tell you one thing that people have just never learned how to do nowadays, or just forgotten is even a thing, tire pressures matter, okay? If the door in your car, and all cars now have stickers in the door that tell you what your tire pressure is supposed to be from the manufacturer, a tire gauge will set you back $5 or $10, and you keep them at what the spec should be, because things like air temperature, right? If it's 10 degrees in the winter versus 80 degrees in the summer, that affects your air pressure. As your tires wear, tire pressures can change, okay? Keeping them where they're supposed to be will increase how long your tires will last, okay? That'd be my suggestion there. We can do another video too if you guys want to get deep into the weeds on how your tires wear and what that means about your car or your tire pressure, your suspension, alignments, things like that, but we're not going to go there. This one's about maintenance, okay? So, hope what I'm telling you all is helpful. If you got questions, hit me up on some comments. Happy to help. Everybody have a great weekend.